Not everyone who claps for you is safe to keep around, especially when money starts flowing into your life. And this is the message that your guides and your ancestors are wanting to bring as a conversation to the table for you to consider. And when Spirit needs you to hear, Spirit needs you to hear this before it costs you everything. By the end of this message, you're going to understand why boundaries are not optional in abundance. And it's interesting that this is a message that is coming up because on yesterday's reading or a couple of readings ago, we're talking about how you are going to become a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and a billionaire. And so it is interesting that now Spirit is wanting you to look at the people who are around you. By the end of this message, your guardian angels are saying that you're going to understand that for some of you, there is just some people who are around that needs you to look at them and to evaluate the energies and the vibration that they bring to the table. Because what I'm seeing is that for some of you, intuitively, you know that this person is a bit, well, if there's a and a around a person, your guides and your ancestors are saying, look at that person. Because when you do become a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a billionaire, those are the people who are going to bring chaos into your life. What I'm feeling is that your guides are wanting you to align to the energies of a lot of abundance coming in, but at the same time, having people that you can trust, having people that you can go on this journey with. Stay with me, because blessings are definitely on their way. And as you rise, something subtle begins to happen. People come closer. People want to rub shoulders with you. People want to get to know you. Not always because they have bad intentions, but usually when people want to get to know you, when they want to get close to you, they have expectations. People come into your life with expectations. Let me explain. Some people want to be rescued. Some people want access to the doors that you can open for them, or maybe even to your wisdom that you have. Some people expect to stay the same whilst they are seeing you and watching you grow. Why? Because they see you doing the hard work so that they don't have to. So they become a burden for you to carry, for you to keep on pushing and dragging along. For some people, there's a sense of them having an energy of being stagnant, right? They don't grow, they don't do anything simply because they don't have to. And being or having close proximity, being close to you is going to allow them to be stagnant. It's going to allow them not to grow. It's going to allow them not to show up. Well, your ancestors are saying that that's a parasite. A parasite uses another body as a host to feed on. And you don't want to have parasites around you. So be aware of the people who have parasitic type of energies around them, because they will drain the health of your bank account. They will drain your mental health. They will drain you physically, emotionally, spiritually, because this is what parasites do. And it feels like, well, for some of you, you're going to get hurt to hear this, right? If you're raised to be generous, to be loyal, to be self-sacrificing, it really hurts to know that suddenly when you have money, people will be there for the taking. Because suddenly money opens the door to a lot of vouchers, to a lot of parasites, to a lot of takers. It also reveals who respects you now and in the future, and who is there just to eat at tables that they never helped set. So your guides and your ancestors are saying, start being very mindful and discern the intentions of people around you, especially when you start climbing the ranks. And especially for those of you who win lottery, who win the jackpot, especially be mindful. And this is a way not because your guides and your ancestors are wanting to warn you, but rather they want, when the abundance, when the flow comes in, to find you at peace. You want relationships that don't drain you. You want to give from overflow, not from obligation. You want to be respected when you say no, not to be coerced, not to be manipulated, not to be guilt-tripped into saying yes. And your guides and your ancestors, above all, want you to enjoy the wealth that is coming in without constantly having to explain yourself, defend yourself, apologize for the wealth, the health, the abundance that you have. Spirit says that peace requires discernment, and that discerning muscle you're going to have to work so that you can flex it when it is time to flex it. Because here's the conflict, right? Scarcity trained people, and I know because I was a scarcity trained person, right? Scarcity trained people are taught that money must be shared immediately. As soon as I get something, my family must get this, and that. Sometimes we are taught as scarcity trained people that as soon as money comes in, spend it because it's going to disappear. So when abundance arrives, we feel guilty. We feel that we have to go and do all these things, act out of chaos, instead of being calm, calculated, learning about how to grow this so that we can get more. So there's a sense when you start hearing thoughts like, what if people start thinking, I'm selfish if I'm not sharing? What if I lose people? What if people think I've changed? What if people are only my friends because of what I can give them? But hear this clearly. Not everyone is meant to come with you on the next journey, on the next chapter, on the next financial altitude that you're climbing. Some people love you, but there is an incompatible energy with the future responsibilities that you're going to have and handle when you're financially wealthy. And that doesn't make them bad people, but rather it makes you responsible for what you have because you want to grow it. You don't want money to come in and quickly leave. Money come in and quickly leave. Because your guides are saying that you cannot build generational wealth whilst managing everyone else's emotions. That job will bankrupt you quickly, emotionally as well as from your bank account. So let's anchor this message in for a moment and let's just look at things in a different way, because boundaries are not rejection, but rather they are necessary. As your wealth grows, your circle will get smaller and smaller, but it will get stronger, and those people will protect you come heaven or high waters. Your guides are saying you're going to stop oversharing your victories, your losses, and everything in between. You're going to stop announcing the moves that you're making before they are stable, before they are anchored. You're going to stop trying to be understood by people, because some of these people, especially when you say no, especially when you have boundaries, will now be invested in misunderstanding you. So why would you waste your time over explaining yourself? You're going to be responsible of managing yourself and your emotions, not everyone else, because that will make you feel exhausted and tired and burnt out very quickly. Because wealth requires privacy, not secrecy, but privacy. There's a difference between secrecy and privacy, right? So your guides are saying that this is how you are going to be protecting your wealth when it comes in. You say no without guilt. No is a whole complete sentence without yourself having to over-explain yourself. You move quietly and confidently. You choose counsel, right? A few close people over crowds. You give intentionally, not impulsively. And your children grow up seeing boundaries as normal. They don't associate money with stress and conflict. They see wealth as calm, structured, and safe. And this is how you break cycles that for many of you, you have been stuck in for a very long time. And some of you, generations have been stuck in. So let's take a moment for a prayer. Breathe, release. I release guilt around boundaries. I release fear of being misunderstood. I release loyalty to patterns that drain me. I choose discernment over people pleasing. I choose protection over performance. I choose peace as part of my prosperity. What I protect multiplies. And so, if this message lands well with you, drop the shield emoji in the comment section below. And let's see if a tarot card pops up. Okay, a couple of them, 3 of them. Let's have a look. Love, love, love. Okay. So, first card we saw is the High Priestess. Okay. The High Priestess is about intuition, is about seeing beyond the veil. We're talking about discerning people's energies, vibes, and seeing if this person is, I don't know, you immediately excuse yourself from their presence, or you at least limit the access that they have to you. You're going to have to really be intuitive. This is what the High Priestess is all about. And I want you to observe that behind the High Priestess is pomegranates. In the olden days, pomegranates were a symbol of abundance. And spiritually, pomegranates are still a spirit or an energy of abundance, because see how many fruits that they have in them. And each fruit representing a potential. So see how much potential opportunities are going to be around. We spoke about your abundance, your wealth coming in and bringing an energy of peace. And I like that. There's an energy of peace around your abundance, but you have to really decipher and see people's true intentions. Okay? Because like I told you, keep saying it, a lot of wealth is coming in. 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is all about your ships coming in. Okay? It's all about your blessings coming in. So your blessings are coming in, but as you're waiting, your guides and your ancestors are saying, start fine-tuning your intuition and stop second-guessing yourself. If your intuition says something is funky, someone's energy is trash, it doesn't matter who that person is, believe what is coming up intuitively. The Page of Swords, okay? You're defending what is rightly yours, okay? You're not allowing your mind to be overthinking, overstressing, over-worrying, because you're leaning into your intuition. And if your intuition speaks, you listen, because the energies of the swords are about information, okay? You're not afraid to cut anyone, anything out of your life if their vibration or the energy is not right, is not aligned to where you're going. Because as you can see behind the page, you can see that there's a storm that is brewing. There's a storm that is coming. That storm is behind you, for you keep going forward because your blessings are here. But when you are too afraid to cut some people off, even though in your heart and in your soul, you know that these people are not aligned with you anymore. These people bring chaos, drama into your life. If you keep those people around, that is a decision that you're making, and later on you're going to pay for it, because it's going to cost you your mental peace. So this is the energy vibration that your guides, your ancestors wanted to bring to the forefront of your mind. And again, comment the shield emoji in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you in my next reading. It's a goodbye.